Hello, everyone, and as always, welcome back to Strategy Gaming Dojo, where we find, learn, and play one more turn of the great strategy games. Today, you know what it is. It's Gary Grigsby's War in the East 2. This is our Let's Play against the Soviet AI, and I'm ready to go. We are deep into March now. We've got a couple more turns to hold on to get past that next check. And then all of a sudden, instead of needing 525 points, the Soviets need 575 points. 50 points is a lot. That's 3 towns, even with bonuses. So, got to get there. We got to get there. If we can get there, I'm starting to feel better. I'm starting to feel good. Well, let's not jinx it. All right. Hey, John Chappell, how are you? John, you're the first person to reach 1 month of membership. And I can see your badge has even changed color. Thank you so much, John. I really do appreciate it. You will always be member number one, John. So that's great. Dalagen. What has Dalagen got to say today? We didn't create the Waffen SS for defensive duties. I like the way you think, my friend. We will get offensive. And I'm not talking about our smell. Well, maybe I am. I don't know. But we're going to get offensive as soon as the mud passes. And when we go look at the map this time, the mud is on the way. We'll go look at it. Hey, Jan. How are you? Good to see you, my friend. Nord is here. Hey, Nord. Well, I'm glad you're here, Nord. I don't see some of the rest of the general staff yet. And I will need your help, as always. As always. Hey, there's Erzbeck, though. What's up, Erz? How you doing? Okay, well, we turned the turn. I think I said I rated it about a 5 when we turned the turn yesterday. Just a few other housekeeping things while I wait, for 3 to 4 minutes for people to pile in. Uh, what was I going to say? Oh, I'm going to try to put up a video almost every day now. Move through this game. I think I am going to take on our very own Peter Kloss in a very quick kind of get me acclimated with the Soviets just, through the early part of through maybe the summer of 41. Now I hate to do that to Peter. He's going to be a lot of work, but he says he's got the time and he will get me a turn a day. So then, after we're done with this, we're going to practice. I'm going to upgrade the game for one thing. Then we're going to practice this on the Soviet side just to make sure, I don't make some crazy tactical blunders right at the start because I haven't played the Soviets yet. And then we'll get it going with XTRG, which is the super battle. It's gonna it's gonna be SummerSlam 36 or whatever. Hey Anthony, good to see you. How are you? Can I call you Tony, Anthony? I'm gonna call you Anthony Watson. I'm gonna be very formal about it. Um, let's get down to the map and go. Okay, so that's the plan coming up. I'm also going to, yeah, we're definitely gonna update. Well, yeah, that's right. I gotta acclimate through all 13 updates. That's right. I'll have to play a game for each of the 13 updates. No, probably not. I'll probably just go to the last one. But yeah, I'm gonna have to read through the change log. That is for sure. Oh, also, I am gonna be putting up a Let's Play tutorial for the game Old World. You've probably heard of it. You probably say that game came out a long time ago. Why are you doing that? Well, it's going to be coming to Steam here in the next couple of months. And for a lot of people, they don't consider the game out until it hits Steam. It's been exclusive to Epic Game Store. Let me tell you, that's the best 4X Civ style game that's ever been made. It's amazing. It's the same guy that developed Civ 4, which is the best Civilization game by far. He did this game Old World. It is a true one more turn kind of game, and he's got a lot of innovations there, and so I'm going to do a Let's Play tutorial for that. So when it comes on Steam, people are ready for it. It's not a war game. Well, it's got some warfare aspects, but that game's incredible if you haven't played it. It's only on Epic now. So I know, as I said, I know some people are just like, well, it's not on Steam, so it doesn't exist yet. Anyway, let's go. Now I've gone on too far. Let's play the game. Breaking news. My trumpet was a little off there. Axis ground success in North Africa. Okay, this extra Axis forces leads to a success in North Africa. Nice. North African campaign events are moved back. Italian campaign events are moved back. Fantastic. excess garrison in the West, and this is a huge one. Exceeding force requirements in Western Europe has political benefits. We gain 1 VP and 1 AP. Why is that so important? Well, we'll see here in a minute. I'll just wait. I'll just wait. But it also is a game concept, I think, to think about when you control the theater boxes. But we'll get to that. Soviet partisans. Well, we know about those guys. So that's breaking news this time. We gained a point. And why is that important? Well, look now. Sudden victories 525. Points, the Soviets are down to 509. So if they get the town plus a 6 point bonus, they will get the sudden victory. But in the next 2 turns, if they lose another point, we could lose Minsk, we could lose Pskov, we could lose Tallinn, and we would still hold on. And so that's a pretty damn big one. Let's go to map info and look at the victories locations. So you see Tallinn 16, Pskov is 16, Minsk is, why is it not showing the Minsk? Um, it's 16. Get down here. Well, some of this is covered up because we've got the air units on. Get off here. There's Minsk 16. Lvov is still 16. Odessa is 16. So if it drops down 1 more point, I didn't think this was even going to be possible. We could potentially lose a town and survive. I'm not going to count on that. Certainly not going to count on that, but it could happen. It could happen. All right, let's go look and see what came in and off the map this time. And we got several new divisions back from the reserves. We sent them to the reserves, they rebuilt, and now they're back. As a matter of fact, we got 4 of them. And I did want to point this out because I looked at this before we got started today. They completely rebuilt, or something, at least in manpower, they almost completely rebuilt. That's something new. The ones going to the reserves have only been coming on the map with about 11,000 men, a little bit less than 11,000 men. Our manpower's up. You may remember that notification we got a few turns ago about our manpower. Well, obviously it's kicking in a little bit because now when these things go to the reserve, they're coming out almost at full manpower. Not quite, but almost. And you can see we got 4 divisions back on the map, all with 15,000 or more men. That's awesome. We also got a light flak battalion. We are going to be messing around with our support units this time just to make sure we've got them all kind of evened up around the map. And you see rainfall. Oh, sweet rainfall. That's what we need. Let's gum up the works out here if we can. That'll get us past the next check, and then we'll start thinking about offensive when the mud clears. Okay, but let's go down here. So we've got, if we go to Warsaw, we've got this here, including a Panzer division. 18th Panzer comes on. So that's the one that the manpower didn't build quite as much. The infantry got it almost full. 98 on the ready. We haven't seen one of those in a while. That wasn't just a brand new unit on the map. 18th Panzer, though, if we look at the elements here, 73 3Ms, Panzer 3Ms, and 73 Panzer 4s. What a force this is, 18th Panzer. God, that's gorgeous. My lord. That's Panzer porn. It's incredible. Okay. I love it. I love it. We're starting to get some things rebuilt. We certainly need it. All right, let's go back to the info screens, go to the turn summary, and look at the changes since last time. We lost 19,618 men last turn, 501 guns, 99 AFVs, 21 aircraft. On the map, though, because those new units came on, although we did have some go off the map as well, withdraw. We'll talk about that. But we gained 25,000 men on the map. The Soviets lose 4,400. Well, what do you know? We gained about 30,000 men net on the Soviets this time. We lose 11 guns. The Soviets, of course, gained 784 artillery. Some of these artillery, and obviously that was a big part of Soviet doctrine, but some of these artillery blitzes have been something else. 2,000 artillery pieces in some of these attacks. last turn. We gain 137 AFVs on the map, almost all because of the Panzer division. We would have lost otherwise. The Soviets lose 116 tanks on the map, or AFVs if you prefer. 2 aircraft we gain on the map. The Soviets have brought on 174. Now we're still in a blizzard. We'll go look at the weather in a minute. So I'm not going to bring the planes on this turn, but probably next turn. Probably next turn. I'll probably just record an episode where I bring all of the aircraft back on the map, and we're going to throw the Luftwaffe at the Soviets in a blaze of glory. Logistics all still look pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. Uh, it's is it perfect? No, but by being scooted back and also working through the depot system, understanding it a little bit better, I think now it's pretty squared up. And I think when I go through the game next time, I have a really good idea about exactly how you want to build out that logistics network. I may even go back and re-record one of the basic tutorial videos that deals with the logistics because I think I have a lot better handle on it now. Um, we have 218 units on the map. 59 of them are in low supply, meaning less than 75%, but we have 0 that are critical. So let's go to supply alerts, and if we look, you can get kind of a flavor there in yellow of where our low supply is, including that unit. I think that's like Army Group Center or something. I don't know why that's orange. That could be a little bit of a bug because we're not showing anything should be orange. They should all be yellow. They're just low. Now let's go to strength alerts. Yellow is going to be under strength. All right. Unready is orange and depleted is red. Well, you can see we've got an orange here, couple of reds out here. These are the Hungarians or Luftwaffe field divisions, or field divisions that just got blown out of here in the Pripyat marshes. We do have an unready up here in the Minsk Bulge, and several that are several that are unready. One that's depleted. We also have a couple of unready infantry up here. Oh, you know what? Well, that one there is a garrison. These are not, obviously. Okay, well, we'll look at it when we get out on the map. Again, 509, it needs 525. Every town that it captures now is essentially worth 16 points. So, okay, let's do it. It's going to be tight. Who else is here? Hey, Big Head Valley, how are you? Um, Yeah, we could do that. Bring all of those infantry divisions. Yeah, we got a lot of them back in the reserves. Nord's saying bring them back on, reduce their TOE, which is certainly something I have not employed in this Let's Play. It is a valid strategy, and then set up a new defensive line. Uh, it's a good idea. I'm not going to do it. It doesn't mean that it's a bad idea. Certainly not. Um, but I'm not going to. And there's reasons for that. We can talk through it as we go along. Info screens. Let's go to order of battle. Okay, on map forces. The Germans right now have 2.4 million men, almost 25,000 guns, 2,700 AFVs, and 1,200 aircraft on the map. We now have 271,000 forces in the reserves, and a lot of guns too. So some of these may have rebuilt a little bit. That seems almost a little high for what we've got back there. The Axis allies have almost another million men and 6,800 or so guns, 258 AFEs. That's not much, and 95 aircraft. In the reserves, only 17,000 of our allies. You can see the Soviets are closing in on 6 million men on the map, but this is the big one, 73,000 artillery and nearly 11,000 AFVs, tanks and otherwise. Also got they've got a massive amount more aircraft than we do, but I think they brought a lot of their aircraft out of the reserves at this point. Let's go to losses. We did get the Soviets over 10 million finally. 10 million Soviet losses in men, 154,000 artillery, 46,000 AFVs. We're at 3.3 million, give or take a few thousand there. So 3.3 to 10 million, and we're still getting our butts handed to us. 51,000 to 154,000 on the artillery, and 9,000 to 46,000. What can you say? That's that's the Soviet strength. You can see our kind of breakdown of what we've got out on the map here, right? Ground losses. I'm sorry. This is total ground losses. I always forget that. Oh, destroyed units. We had two, one. Oh, interesting. Well, this is something we haven't really looked at much. Uh, and I'm not going to look at it now. We've got too much to do, but it is a screen on your losses screen. Production, for those that like the production screen, Germany has 83,000 men. It's ready to take off again, probably. Initiative player, okay. Let's look at manpower losses. Again, it's kind of hovering here very consistently, right? We're somewhere between 10 and about 25,000. The Soviets are somewhere between 30 and 50,000. That's just kind of how it's going along. We had this one big spike here where we had some units that got routed in bad fashion and got trapped. Gun losses, you know, 370. So from anywhere around 400 up to 700. That's kind of where the Soviets are. We're anywhere from around 200 to 300, kind of in that range. He's taking more losses than us every turn, but it doesn't matter. Certainly, it's all about territory now. 385, I think he took about 500 in losses last time. You can see our AFVs right around 100. Now that's backed off even, smaller here lately, but it's kind of around 100 here since the winter started. Not bad. I'm kind of happy with that. Total aircraft losses, doesn't matter. Mapman. Well, look at this. For 3 turns in a row, he hasn't skyrocketed. I'll consider that a victory. We're now moving back up 3.378, 5.82. So it's still about 200 or 2.5 million men difference on the map. Map guns. This has gone hyperbolic. It's what can you say? The Soviets can make a lot of artillery. 73,830. We're at 31,000. Ooh, ooh. Oh, look at that. We got him to curl down. Now we're going to go meet in the middle, right? Probably not, but 10,786. We're at 3,000, let's call it. So it's greater than 3 to 1. And on the aircraft, yeah, he's been pulling out of the reserves. He's gone from 5.1K to 6.7K in 2 turns. So he's pulled about 1,600 aircraft, probably out of the reserves. I don't think that could just be production. Some of that's got to be coming out of the reserves. This is where we started pulling aircraft off the map. When we put them back on, we'll have about 3,000. He'll have a little bit better than 2.2 to 1 or so advantage on us there. The weather map, so important. Look at the big blizzard here. They called it the Mr. Potato Head Blizzard in 1943. But let's see now. So that's the weather in the air. That's what we're concerned with. Let's look next turn. I had already looked at this before we started the episode, and this is what I like to see. It's now going to, or at the end of the turn, it's going to be cold. Why do I like that? Well, that's one step closer to rain. And you can see rain all over the map here. It didn't quite get on the map, but you can see a lot of rain out here. And that's what we need. We got to have it. And a lot of this back here is heavy rain, right? We've got some light rain on the map. Weather on the ground, as of right now, we've got snowfall and we've got heavy snow. So the white is the heavy snow. That's the Mr. Potato Head Blizzard. And then in here is the just regular snow. So that's heavy snow and white. We'll see. Next time it's going to turn cold. Maybe the snow will go away and it'll just be clear for a turn or two, and then we'll get into the mud. We shall see. Let's go to the comments. Make sure nobody's yelling about anything. What happened to the stream? Where are you guys? Oh no! Um, Let me refresh the chat. Yeah, we got to pray for the guys in the real game. That is truers. Okay, let's now. I just wanted to make sure the stream was fine. It looked like I lost you guys for a minute, but that doesn't mean that I did. Um, okay, okay, just making sure, Anthony. Thank you for letting me know that. Let's go to the reserves, and as we do, I think that we've got this reserves better, right? I mean, I think at one point I had too much back here. I'm not saying I don't still, but I think at least we're getting a nice rotation back onto the map. And so let's put this back on, and you can see what we had on refit last time, including the motorized, and that also got rebuilt. So we're now really starting to get some things, and that production's kicking up. Uh, Excellent. I mean, we need it all, right? And so this Panzer division's at an OB 80. This is the second Panzer. Let's click here. Let's see what we've got. Yeah, we've got 66. We're really cranking out the Panzer 4s now. 51 Panzer 3Ms, 20 Panzer 3Ns. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to turn refit off, and I'm going to put it on the map. We need it. Look, I would hate to lose the game on turn 94 with some things at 80% TOE still back here, right? We could even turn down the TOE as Nord counseled. I don't think that that's a terrible idea. The motorized, let's turn that off. It's at a 94. Let's put that on the map. Damn, that looks nice, right? Get a beautiful motorized division back out there. And then the stuff we rebuilt back here, we really rebuilt it. Look at this 96, 97, 97. That's 5 full divisions that rebuilt. So we're going to turn the refit off, and we're going to take that back to the map. This is exciting. I mean, 5 divisions, a Panzer division, and a motorized division, all going to be coming back to the map next turn. Can't beat that. Back to the map you go, my friend. And we could hopefully start really kind of cleaning out the reserves. I'm not saying that I planned it this way. But in some respects, having this all back here in the winter, the main reason I moved all these back here is they weren't even fighting forces anymore. But having them all back here in the winter while we held on could pay some benefits. I mean, it could pay some dividends, actually. Again, I'm not trying to claim like, oh, well, was some guru that planned it out that way. It's sort of just worked out that way, but maybe for the best. Maybe for the best. So, okay, 28, 29, 31, 34. Let's move some other things back here potentially. The Romanians, 33. When I say move back, let's put some things on refit. That's what I meant. Um, 30th Infantry Division, let's turn that refit on. 35. Let's turn refit on 31st Infantry. Let's make sure these aren't withdrawing anytime soon. Obviously, that was a big faux pas. One of the divisions I rebuilt is actually withdrawing, and I cursed myself for that. 134th, 134th, I should say. Did I get that turned on? Let's turn that on. Let's do 4. It handled 4 last time, so now we've got 4 that are rebuilding on with refit on. So let's try to get those rebuilt back to. You know what? I'm gonna do Nope, I'm not going to do 5. I think we know that 4 worked last time. Let's do that. Cavalry, do we want one of the armor units? I think we do. Let's do the 4th Panzer Division. We also have these Panzer battalions back here that got smoked. What does this have in it? What's it supposed to have in it? Okay, it looks just like a Panzer division. I could also look at the TOE setup, but it looks like the same kind of setup as a division. I thought maybe that that is a division. Well, no wonder. Panzer Battalion, yeah, the Panthers. So I assume we're just haven't been pushing out any Panzers. Okay. Uh, why is this not letting me refresh the chat? Well, if you're saying something very interesting, I apologize. I can't see the chat right now. That's why I asked. Artillery, gun battalion, super heavy. Okay, none of that stuff matter. Well, it matters, but we can't get it back on the map or rebuild it or refit it because we're obviously not building some of this stuff. The cavalry unit, we're going to leave that here. Anti-aircraft. We've got heavy flak at 50, but I don't dare take any of this off, from going to the map. More infantry. We've got the 1st Mountain Division down here. Okay. The guns, this Panzer Jaeger can go to the map. It's at 74. Done. 7, 19, 19, 19, 30, 10. Okay. None of the rest of this stuff are we going to be able to do anything with. The air, we've been building this air back here. When we bring it back on the map, hopefully it makes a big difference. We'll see with the ground support. Big difference. We'll be attacking more. Also, I mean, we've just ripped up the Soviet Air Force to some degree in doing defensive ground support, but it doesn't matter. They're cranking out so many planes that it hasn't really put a dent in that. But we've got a lot of fighter bombers back here, a lot of level bomb. I mean, look at all these bombers we have back here. So next turn, I definitely will take an episode and record it and just move all this stuff back on the map. All right, that's the reserves for now anyway. We've got some rebuilders. Let's go look at the air portion here. Well, you know what? Before we do that, let's just look down at the map and look at defensiveness, all right? So we've got Lindemann out here, 50th Corps, part of 16th Army. We've been getting attacked into Narva, and it's down to a 17. That's not good enough. 23, 37, 64. So it kind of goes from worst to best all the way down here. That 64 looks really nice. This regiment's been sitting out here forever. 12. Okay, I'm not going to change anything. Pskov, the Finns, so heroic. They've been amazing. This stack has held up to attack after attack, as have these stacks really. And now we're all of this is in level 2 or 3 forts, except for here. Then, as the aforementioned SS units that are playing defense, they're in level 2 forts at least. Then we have level 2, level 3, but we're starting to get a little surrounded here. We're going to have to do something to make sure that doesn't persist. 36, 34. I do not want to lose this fort level, but we no longer have one here, so we may have to go back or take one of these motorized units and do something here. 58, 44, 25, 16. All of this is okay. It's fine. 34 and 14. This is where the crap storm is right here. And obviously the Soviets are making a major push to try to cut us off here at Minsk. We're going to have to pull this back and probably try to form a line straight back to Vilnius. Anthony, out there somewhere, Anthony Watson smiles to himself in satisfaction. Maybe one hex north, though, because we're going to have to come to Vilnius and then go north from here. This is also very defensible. It's heavy wood, so probably here or maybe here and up, but I'd rather be one step in front of Vilnius and one step ahead of the major rail. We've been using this major rail a lot to come all the way out here that goes through Vilnius. So I think right here, right, we've got heavy woods, we've got rough, then a light woods, we're almost there, right? We can get some kind of defensive bonuses all the way along here and then up the rail line this way and around. Um, okay, here's Minsk. We've got an X. This is looking sketchy. Is that the right word for it? I don't know. It's looking vulnerable. Let's put it that way. We've got Hungarians on guard duty. Now, we did bring in this new division. We've got more new divisions, so we'll have to work that out. We go 0832. This all looks terrible, right? We got to get more German units. But maybe if we move some of this back, we can straighten it out and just do this kind of long rectangle out to Minsk for a couple more turns. That's all we need to do because then we can give up Minsk and we'll still be okay. Um, and then we can run the line straight down here like this. A lot of defensible terrain there. It straightens everything out. And maybe we even kind of give this up in the south. I mean, the only thing we have to protect here is Lvov, so we could run it straight up the swamps. Uh, I mean, it's not perfect, but we could certainly straighten that out a little bit. As we move down, through the marshes, it's not going to be good. We got a lot of crappy units out there. As we get back into the Germans, 24, 39, 52, this is super vulnerable. This looks all right. 49, 23. This looks okay. All of this is going to look okay. We've got a lot of good units here. I want to get the motorized off the line. We just can't right now. And then we've got the Crimea out here. One thing I wanted to show you, these Romanian units rebuilt really well. 12,500, 12,699. But even the one over here that was on refit rebuilt really well. So the Romanians are rebuilding, and we've got in essence, three pretty damn good Romanian divisions now, as I'm going to bring these other two back over here because we're losing all the Italians here on the Crimea. On the Crimea. I tell you what, I'm going to call this an episode as we've gotten through the stats and whatnot. I'm just going to go through the air directives are not going to change at all. And then we're going to come back tomorrow and because I can't read the chat, for God's sakes. That always pisses me off. Ballystock, yes, probably too weak. We'll take a look at that tomorrow, Anthony. But I can see it on the screen right as you guys comment. I just don't have a running chat, so I can't go back to it. Uh, but we'll look at that tomorrow. We've run through the stats. We'll get right on the ground tomorrow. And then I hope in the next two episodes, tomorrow and Saturday, we will finish this turn and just keep moving it like that. Keep trying to do it every day until we can get through this, at least, get a win. Get a win. Uh, Thank you guys so much, though. As always, we'll do it again tomorrow, and hopefully I can read more of your brilliant insights. And they often are. They often are. And I'm not even kidding. So, anyway, till tomorrow, Strategy Gaming Dojo, you guys be good. Adios. See you.